Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 499
499
of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. And while we are talking about EPCOT International Festival of the Arts today, there's so many festivals, so I have to get the right one. There's so much going on around the Disney, call it the Disney World, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Lunar New Year coming up for the Disneyland Resort. We've got so much going on at Disneyland Paris, including the reopening of the Disneyland Hotel, which is less than a fortnight away.
Less than a fortnight.
And so much of the Disney Treasure coming up later this year. And
we just found out some information about the new show in the Disney Treasure.
Right, the new Moana show. But head to MEI and Mouse Fan Travel online, fill out a no obligation quote, and they can help you get wherever you want to go.
So we're going to start this week. Actually, the whole show is at EPCOT. This was 2 days before the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts officially opened. It was a beautiful day, and we decided to go and see what was up at EPCOT.
It was the last sunny day we've had.
It really was. It was a gorgeous day.
Yeah, so it was. We haven't had a lot of sunny days in the last few days. In the last week. So right now we are heading into EPCOT, and you can see we've got Communicore. I keep wanting to say Plaza. Communicore Hall.
Right, Communicore Hall
is one tile at a time. It seems.
It
right?
does seem like that every time we go there. Oh, another tile is in.
So anyway, it's coming along. World Celebration Gardens opened last month, so we'll see how long it takes to get Communicore Plaza and Communicore Hall open.
And you saw earlier we showed some of the signage, the Festival of the Arts signage there. Now we're looking at the Canada Pavilion, some scaffolding up, still doing some work.
But it looks closer to done.
Yeah, it's getting there. I think it'll be done soon.
So again, beautiful day. We're looking also at some scaffolding over at the UK. I don't know if they're painting. I have no idea what's going on. Jeff included it, so we're just kind of showing that. The tea caddy looks a little different right now. I don't know if that's, like, the coloring looks different than it did.
And it was a little chilly. You could see Alice with her winter coat on there. And just a little bit more of signage here to get ready for the festival. Just to kind of show
that the festival's coming. Not too much else was going on in World Showcase, although we'll see some characters here. We have Baloo, who was with Stitch and Tigger. I think those were the only 3 characters out. They were not forming a line, although behind Baloo, like, kind of formed a line.
They would have little lines, but then the cast members would say, well, they're not officially, they're just roaming characters. Not everyone understands that concept. But
Stitch was really a solid mover, like, kept on going.
But it was very nice. I always like these surprise encounters with the characters. They're a lot of fun. It's a nice way to get some pictures, selfies and things with them. So, yeah, we've had this, this before. Were you? Did you just make a cameo back
Yes, and it was, again, this is a chilly day. The Festival of the Arts Day was drizzly and overcast but warm.
Right.
And that was the last warm, like the last couple days have been chilly again.
I prefer this nice sunny but chilly day.
So beautiful. It was so beautiful.
I like Baloo's strut there. He's got quite the walk going.
It was fun. You know, when you walk around World Showcase, you never know who you might find. Sometimes you won't find anyone. Sometimes it'll be a big group. So you never know. So
I kind of stood where they are going to be leaving, so I can kind of wave and get some video as they all were heading back.
And Baloo's giving you a little wave.
Yeah, they all gave me sort of a high five because there was no one else, one other person taking pictures in that area.
And here comes Tigger.
And it was, speaking of Tigger, the first day of the Festival of the Arts, we got to meet Pooh, and we had not met Pooh. In
Christopher Robin's room.
We're going to show that. That was pretty cool.
I mean, we're so used to Pooh being
catching butterflies outside,
and he recently moved inside.
I think he is very happy to be in his new old location.
I mean, how many butterflies can you try to catch? I never saw him catch one anyway. So here we're looking at the Odyssey. Oh, now we're at chalk art. They started the chalk art 2 days early, which is great because there was no chalk art over here on the festival day because of the rain.
It was totally wet. Yeah, they couldn't have chalk in wet pavement.
Right. They must have been somewhere. We looked for them, but while we were there, they were not chalking over here. So Lee, I don't know if you call her Lei or Lee.
I think it's Lee.
Is it Lee?
I
Leigh. She's been here since 2017. We always talk to her. And she's
very friendly and very talkative.
She is.
And she's a hard worker. Does great job, by the way, with this art.
Except for Nate Baranowski, who does the 3D, she is the only of the chalk artists who will do Disney, which is really so. Look for her. She's every other day. She is when she comes.
And now we're going to take a look at some of these photo ops. Oh, look at this. We have a demonstration going on. This is the Wish photo op. These are new this year.
Wait, there's three new ones.
I don't even look real. Like
I know, like I came up to you because you're here behind Valentino. I took some pictures. I don't know why you always have your hands up. Like you should, put your hand on your hips or something.
It almost
natural.
looked like I was lenticular in that pose. But yeah, this is fun. These were really fun, and they were new for this year. All three were new.
Right, and this is the Sleeping Beauty forest scene, so you get to kind of be in that. And then there's you're like, what is the hands? Like
I just follow the photographer, and I think which was you, by the way.
No, I never say put your hands up. So like, I probably said put your hands down.
Yeah, that's probably a correct assessment.
And here is the Jolly Holiday scene, and it's not like I don't put my hands up, but I don't really do much. I just put my hand on my hip. Oh, there, I did a little something, and there.
I'm on the move.
Yes.
Well, anyway, it was really fun, and it was good because it wasn't very crowded. Not the case during the actual festival. It was there were lines to go and get your pictures though.
And I didn't notice, but they must have had a photo pass as well.
Some of them did, yes, not all of them.
So, but on this day they did not. But it was fine. We had a great time.
So now it's the actual opening day of the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. This was Friday the 12th of January.
And obviously it's a little overcast
and rainy. There was
a little
some
rainy,
bits of rain in there
off and on. And here is Daisy Duck. We have not met her in World Celebration Gardens. So eventually Communicore Hall is going to have Mickey and Friends. So I assume we're going to see Daisy and Pluto inside, with the other characters eventually.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. But it was kind of nice to have them outside here. There was absolutely no line at all.
Not yet. This was
Daisy.
early.
This was very early. That's true.
Pluto has, for a couple of years, he's had this collar that is themed to EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. It's like an artist palette. Right there is his name tag. It would be nice if, like, Daisy had something like a smock.
I think Daisy needs a little bling, as you say.
Well, I don't use the word bling.
Oh, what was
Flourish.
the word? Flourish. That's the word you used. Like flourish.
No, like an artist smock.
Yes, that would be an excellent idea. Hopefully I'm sure they're listening with bated breath for your suggestions.
I'm sure. So here is we're entering World Showcase, and you have all of the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts decor that they've had.
Most of this is very, very similar to what we've seen in the last few years, including these rainbow displays with the paints, and they all have little references to Figment there.
Right. I mean, I think every year there's more and more Figment. They know that a lot of people love Figment.
Chock full of character, one of our favorite
activities.
Activity.
Even though there's no chalk involved.
No chalk?
No. And no Jiminy Cricket, even though he's mentioned the sign, at least not on this day.
Of all the scavenger hunt type things they have over the year.
Spoilers.
There are a few spoilers. This is my favorite, and there's no prize. It's completely just for your own enjoyment.
But I like the prizes for Figment's brush with the masters.
Yes, I wish I don't have that to show, but for next time we will check that out. We'll do it when we get back.
When we get back, as long as the prizes are available, we're going to do that. So we have the rescuers. Oh no, sorry. Why am I saying the rescuers?
The Great Mouse Detective.
So Basil Rathbone. We've got Professor Radigan and Fidget. So
you can tell that you're reading that. Like, I don't think neither of us have watched this film.
I haven't
in a number
watched
of years.
it since like the
since
80s.
Since the 80s, right? And like, I know the characters.
Time,
I have seen the film. I think it was one of the first films to have an element of computer animation in it at the time. It was revolutionary. So
we should watch it.
I'm sure it's on Disney Plus. So we should watch. Maybe tonight we'll watch it.
That would be good.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a completely new display for this year. One of the few new
stickers. Well, they have these are stickers. They call them chalk art, but they're stickers put onto the buildings. So you see Peter Pan. Now the Robin Hood characters are not here this year, at least unless they add them at some point.
Now, we had mentioned about meeting Pooh, and we found out he's in Christopher Robin's room. I had no idea that was the case. There was absolutely no line. We walk right in, and Pooh decided to kind of show off his new surroundings. I did ask him if he's happy to be here rather than outside catching butterflies, and he gestured, "Oh, yes, I am." So it was great. It was really nice to see Pooh in this location. They did not have PhotoPass, but they did have a cast member who took our phone and took some pictures of us. So that was very nice.
And we weren't even planning it. Jeff's just kind of walked in, and there was
I didn't
like
even
one
know
person.
it existed.
I did.
I wasn't quite sure. Well, I know in the past it's existed, but I didn't know if it was open or not. So I just peered around. There was nobody there. I kind of had to look around literally walk into it.
He recently went there, and we just saw the White Rabbit artwork. Like a number of different character meet and greets have artwork. So we're now looking at Figment. So if you get the booklet,
the little
guide map, you can just kind of flip it, and it has a little fun. It's
a little
fun.
throwback to some animation here, and now we're looking at this is in the France Pavilion, the painting we've seen, Aurora.
Right. I mean, every year they have it, and then so if you meet Princess Aurora, you can get a picture of her, with the painting, which I've gotten in the past. So here we have Remy and Emile. And
Remy much smaller this year.
I think
true mouse size.
I think Remy was quite a bit bigger when they had him climbing the pipe.
Yeah, he would be going up the pipe, and then Emile was where Remy is now. So now I think now you can actually see it better. I'm sure more guests will actually spot it now, but it kind of made more sense when he was climbing up the pipe, I thought.
They're pretty high up, so I think a lot of guests will kind of miss them as well. And we missed something over there as well. We missed the geese from the Aristocats. So that's something that we need to look for next time.
We'll have to check it out next time we're there.
And so
Maurice's painting, he signed it.
Belle. And so again, Belle will be over there by her painting. Meeting. I mean, I don't want to say will be. She does.
She is. Mm-hmm.
And I think with the rain, I don't know if they were out all the time.
Intermittently. They did come out later before we left, I saw.
And then
it's Abu,
right? In the same place for many years. And many of the characters, there's some that are no longer here, the decals, but maybe they'll add them still.
So
I don't know.
Now we're looking at this is a location for the Animation Academy and Disney on Broadway.
And Disney on Broadway is fantastic. If you are at the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts, we did not make it on this day because I had a doctor's appointment.
But we will be back to see it. There's a special one towards the end of the run, so hopefully we'll be around for that. That sounds really good.
And we have Miko with Flit here. And what I think is interesting is, you have Flit who's a hummingbird, but they also have hummingbird cake over at the food studio here. So you can enjoy maybe a good picture. You buy some hummingbird cake
is
and
what
put
they
it up
call
to...
synergy.
That's what I said in my article. You're taking my article.
I did not. I knew that on my own, but I was very... See, we have very similar ways of thinking there.
Yes, and so we have Luca and Alberto and Machiavelli. So this is not new. I think it's been here a couple of years now.
I believe it's third year.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not been there, obviously, since the beginning because the movie's not that old. And I wrote down the name Principessa?
Is that the...
There's a name, yes.
Okay.
It has a name. So anyway, this is the Luca one. I think it's
above
really
the water
nice.
Fountain. Perfect perfect synergy once again.
I think it used to be... I think it's a planter now.
And now we're approaching Germany. You could see the train village is celebrating the festival, but from 2022.
Correct. And so,
but you had to zoom in really tight to see the 2022 on those signs.
Yeah, they need new little banners. Otherwise, they're just going to be celebrating
99.9% of the guests will not notice the year.
So we went to the Pastoral Palette and we ordered the red wine braised beef short rib for $8.75 and the black forest cake for $4.75. So
what a start. I mean, two winners. They were both delicious.
Oh my gosh. Like by the end of the festival, we'll get it again. Disney did give us a gift card, so we use that for these on this day.
And we have some left. So again, once we get back, we're going to go and try some more. It
Right.
looks like there's some really, really good items this year. But I think we had 5 items, so at least we got a taste of it, so to speak.
I mean, I think when you go off to Daytona, I'll probably end up getting the short rib on that day.
Oh, the Black Forest cake, amazing! It was it was great.
And you look at it and it's like, I don't know if it will be good, but it was very good, and it has chantilly cream. It just is, and the cherries. It's just perfect.
I like the touch of the chocolate feather. It was delicious.
And we have gotten the short rib in previous years, but I think this was the best we've had it.
Yeah, I would agree. So that was, again, a great start to our dining endeavors at the festival. And next up, we're going to look at some merchandise. There's quite a bit of merchandise featuring Figment.
And Figment, has really been the unofficial mascot of EPCOT all along. But really, like, he is the mascot now of the festival. And there's more merchandise than I expected for, like, approximately a 6.5 week festival. I like the hat, so like you should get the hat.
I regret not buying the hat now.
Maybe you'll get that next time.
I'll have to get that. I mean, there's a lot of merchandise. That's the problem. A lot of merchandise I like from this collection.
Very little of it made its way to Shop Disney, at least not yet. The Spirit jersey did, and also the Figment Munchlings did, and one of the bags, but the bag is not there now. So anyway, there are mugs, there's apparel.
And we have similar mugs from the festival. I would often get these cups. So I don't think I need that because we have other years that are very similar. This is a very nice shirt here. And here are some pins. They had limited edition pins as well.
I mean, there's just, again, more than I expected. There's like a corksicle. And here you have Mickey with a paintbrush and a palette. It says Festival of the Arts.
And that was a limited release pin, not edition.
And this is a lug bag. I'm not even familiar, really. I know Loungefly, but this is an EPCOT International Festival of the Arts lug bag with Figment. And these were very popular.
Yeah,
this is extremely
they
popular.
did a great job of restocking, but at one point I saw online that guests just kind of wiped out the whole display. So it's, as you mentioned, very popular.
And there was also a crossbody bag that was online for a little while on Shop Disney. So also there's a Figment plush. Some of these items we did not see at in World Showcase.
Right.
So, look in various shops. You might find something different than what you've seen in another area, like at a kiosk.
And I do like the tie-dye. That was very nice. Disney nicely sent this gift to our house.
It's a Figment Munchlings.
It smells so good. I wish
Oh
we
my
had
gosh.
this smell-o-vision.
It's a micro plush, and it smells so good. And you can see he's got his little wings there. So I just thought that was a really nice gift to us, and it's something that you can buy at the festival.
Yeah, so thank you again to Walt Disney World for shipping that. And that's our house, right in our bushes. Good idea to put it there, Denise.
Because it was a little dark inside. So here we are in China. I think we're going to look at Mushu.
You are correct. We're going to look at Mushu. He's been in this location, I think this
For a
is
number of
the
years.
second or third year. I remember the first year, Mushu was the very first of the characters we spotted the very first year.
And he was just kind of along the
On a
walkway.
little bridge. There's like
right.
a bridge area.
Mm-hmm.
So Mushu, it's the same design though, even going back to the first year, but more colorful I think now. They've done better with the decals.
And then also we have Little Brother over here. Now, Little Brother can be hard to spot. I recommend if you're going to go looking for the characters to do it early. Otherwise, guests are going to be sitting here,
Well,
and
this
you're
is
going to
one
be
of
like, I can't get to the picture.
This is one of the first years we didn't have to kind of wait for
Right.
guests to leave the bench to get this.
I mean, we were here by 10 a.m. or something.
It was
like
very early.
If you're wanting to do it, I recommend early. We've got Bruni here from Frozen 2, and he is in the fireplace.
Very cute. This was the first year he was out. I did not notice because he's so small and in a really hard to find place. So now that I know where he is,
And he's in the same place.
right, he's been in the same place a number of years as well. But otherwise, I would have probably missed him.
And really, at this point, like, they're all in this, the rest of World Showcase, they're all in the same place. And we got the carne asada, the beef, which is the beef sirloin, and also we got the tostada with the chilled lobster. And I recommended that you get that so that we had something else to talk about.
It was actually
too.
delicious.
And
I'm
you love
so
lobster.
glad. I didn't find this carne asada to be worth the $10.50. It
Oh,
was
no.
okay, but it was a bit of a small portion, honestly, and I thought it was a bit chewy
It
for
was
me.
it was a very small portion of steak. I thought for the money I would have wanted a little bit more. But you
On
really
the
like
other
the
hand,
lobster.
yes, it was delicious. It was it was very, very good portion. The guac was actually excellent. Flavorful lobster, good amount. I thought that will be something I get again, sort of like when we would get food from the India booth for the Food and Wine Festival. I'll be back.
And same with me with the shortbread. Not the shortbread. The what was I gonna say?
The
Short rib.
Short rib.
I'm thinking about Paris.
Yes.
Paris is all about the shortbread.
That's
So anyway, we're looking at Don Black, who is a musician. There are a number of entertainment options here at Epcot International Festival of the Arts. My favorite probably is Trevor Carlton.
Yeah, Trevor.
Who is a performance artist. But you get, Don Black is a saxophonist. Trevor Carlton was going to be coming up.
You have the acrobats also.
Right, and they're not every day. So every day that you go to the festival can be a little bit different. It really is like a living, breathing festival.
So now we're going to Figment's Inspiration Station, and you can get your very own Epcot popcorn bucket shaped like the pavilion.
With Figment inside.
With Figment.
Like, you can't really call it a Figment popcorn bucket because Figment's only like a little part of it.
Well,
at least in my opinion.
Apparently, it wasn't that difficult to get Figment. There was a short wait online, and I mean they were really pumping them out. You would just get in the line.
Right, you do the mobile order,
Right,
and
mobile
it's
order.
very easy to get. We have not at this point gotten one. I don't know if we have so many popcorn buckets.
Yes, the problem
It's
is
really
we just
cool, though.
if I didn't have so much stuff already, I would have gotten it.
You have a
But
lot of
I have,
stuff.
Way too much. We need to
Right.
clear out what we already have. And here is Figment in the little bit of a rainbow, the rainbow corridor there, so to speak.
Something that we
Painting
both
of it.
have been through so
The
many
real one,
times
yeah,
when they
back
used
in
to
the
have
day.
it. And we have the rainbow cake here with the dried Skittles. I think this is something we'll both get again before the festival ends.
Oh, delicious.
It's such a nice cake. And actually, this particular trash can, I saw it and I'm like, let's go there because look how beautiful it is. It's orange and you've got the cake. Like,
What
it's a perfect.
I tell you, Denise can pick out the trash cans for photos like nobody.
I don't use the trash cans too much. I just thought it was very pretty.
And we didn't eat here, by the way. We actually
Mm.
took it to a nice seated area. Plus, it started to rain a little harder at that point.
And here you are showing, so through World Showcase and over, let's say throughout Epcot, you have so many booths with so many artists. And really, this is the Festival of the Arts. So you have a ton of artists you can meet. Some of our favorites, Jason Ratner, Alex Mayer, and all. And drawing on the inspiration for Imagineers, paint Spaceship Earth. I miss this.
Yeah, this is, again, speaking of art, you got some beautiful art there. And we're going to cap it off at night. This is the return of the Muppet Rainbow Connection. And it's one of the projection... I guess you don't say projection show, but it's a Spaceship Earth
It is,
show.
I would call it, not projection,
Yeah.
a light show.
A light show, correct.
And we're showing it actually, we left Epcot in the afternoon. And so this is from...
This is from a previous year, but
Right.
I
It's
know
the same.
they were showing both the Rainbow Connection, and we're also going to get a glimpse of the Figment Imagination. And at that time, I called it a beacon show.
Because it was, this is a beacon of magic.
Correct. So maybe that's a good word for
And
it.
and I don't know if they really utilize that terminology anymore. To me, it's just, lights on Spaceship Earth.
Now, this is from the normal viewing area. If we were actually there to see it, which we will be, we'll go and check it out ourselves. I would like to show it from the new garden area, from the other side. I think that would be interesting with all the lights down there.
Well, I mean, once we get back, we're heading to Paris in a couple days. So I think
We
I'm
had
a little
limited time.
I'm a little
right now.
scattered right now.
Yes.
But once we get back, it'll be nice to enjoy the festival for a little while longer.
Yeah, I love the festival. It's a great festival, and there's a lot more to see than we got to see. I highly recommend going there and spending a full day checking everything out and just enjoying the Epcot International Festival of the Arts.
We didn't do one of my favorite things, the paint
Oh,
by
right,
numbers.
the paint by numbers. We were leaving too because we were, we had
went
to make
out the
that
wrong
appointment.
way.
Yeah, we really had to get to that appointment, and I was like, oh, I wish we had remembered.
Yes,
paint by
on the
numbers.
way I'm like, oh, paint by numbers. We didn't do that, and that's something that every year we love to do. And you end up. It used to be you'd get a postcard.
Yes.
But now it's like a bookmark.
Right.
And it's still nice. It's still nice to get. But I did love the postcards.
So we want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Yes, check them out. Head to their website, fill out that no obligation quote. Whether you're cruising, and it doesn't matter if it's a Disney cruise. You can cruise Princess. You can cruise.
Even river cruises, Adventures by Disney.
Right, Adventures by. They just were on a European National Geographic river cruise in December.
It sounded wonderful.
And so they really are, full operational. Not just Disney. They can do it all.
So on our 500th show, whenever that is, we'll be able to talk about, hopefully, the Disneyland Hotel reopening at Disneyland Paris. As long as everything goes smoothly, we get there safely, we will be there opening night, and we'll cover that very fully.
I am so excited to step inside again after a number of years
of
it being closed. Right, it's been over 3 years, pre-pandemic.
2019 was the last time we stepped foot in there.
Yes, and we used to love to go there to eat, and we have not stayed there before. And so we'd eat there. We saw the stairwell, descent of the stairs, which was incredible. I think one of the last things we did was see the gingerbread house that used to be in the.
That was in 2018,
lobby.
And we also have dined with the characters.
Right. I was mentioning the dining, and we've had drinks at the bar. So I'm very excited because they stripped the whole hotel down and redid it
It's
in
like
a
brand,
royal,
pretty brand new,
right, in a royal theme, reimagined, and so it will be like exploring something. It's like going on a new ship, something almost completely new. I'm very excited about it.
So we're almost there, coming up on 500 shows. We want to thank everybody for listening all these years.
A long time. I mean, we've been doing this a long time.
It's like 10 years, just
at
about.
Least, yeah.
At least, maybe more than 10 years.
I have no idea anymore. I think around 2011.
So that'll be a double big show. So we want to say, once again, thanks for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.